I tried to tell your father we needed to pay those drug deals to leave us alone. He said that it would bankrupt us. Oh, shit. I don't know. You know, maybe he was right.
Yo, what is good, Elite family? It's your boy Elite. I got a great video for y'all today. We gonna be talking about OG Power / Power Origins. And today we gonna be discussing whether Kanan or Breeze were involved with Curtis St. Patrick's death. But before I start the video, for some of y'all who, consistently watch our videos, just, press that subscribe button for me real quick, please. Because, I'm seeing some of y'all keep returning, but you are not subscribed yet. So maybe you thought you already were subscribed, if you're not, no worries. Just press it right now and let's get into the video. So the debate as to whether Kanan and Breeze killed Ghost's father has been around since the original Power show. And I've heard opinions on both sides as to who killed Curtis St. Patrick. Courtney Kemp, the showrunner and creator of Power, has alluded to what happened in the past, so we'll be covering all of that in this video. So from what we've been told throughout OG Power, Curtis St. Patrick owned a small jazz bar with Uncle Gabe after losing his nightclub. And some drug dealers, they wanted protection money from the bar, and instead of paying, Curtis kept calling the police, despite Gabe saying that they needed to just pay. But Curtis said, nah, that's gonna bankrupt them. So he called the police instead, and as a result, they killed him for it. Now in the show, they never explicitly named who killed Ghost's father, so of course, some people do think that it was Breeze and Kanan, or that at the very least that they were involved, and that they might have killed him themselves, maybe in order to get, Ghost out of his father's influence and get him deeper into the streets. So while this theory could very well be what happened, and even has some evidence to back it up, let's break down everything that we know so far and see what conclusion we come to. Alright, so play devil's advocate and support the theory that Curtis St. Patrick was killed by Breeze and Kanan. We have some evidence from Courtney Kemp herself as to who killed him.
And what we couldn't push was that Uncle Gabe knew the name Kanan, because I think that would have been pushing it too far. But like the older boy who was recruiting he and Tommy into the drug game, you guys know who that was. That was Kanan, right? So there's a little bit intimated there that whoever Kanan was running with didn't want Ghost's actual dad pulling him back out of the life. And so when Ghost's father was, whose name is Curtis, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but his name is Curtis, Ghost's father. So Curtis called the cops on these drug kids one too many times, and they killed him.
So based on these two clips from her, it makes it sound like Kanan and Breeze were very much involved with Ghost's father's death. Granted, you could take that at face value and you could have your mind made up. But there are a few reasons as to why this doesn't make sense. So first of all, let's say that Breeze and Kanan did kill Ghost's father, or even that they were, involved. Why wouldn't Ghost have ever mentioned it when people questioned him as to why he killed Breeze or as to why he backdoored Kanan? And of course, we all know Ghost had a strange relationship with the truth. Like bro, Ghost got to be one of the biggest gaslighters I've seen on TV. He, does nothing but lie, of course. But this is like one of those moments where it's like, okay, telling the truth to his loved ones, or at least the people who did question him as to why he killed Breeze and set up Kanan, it would have helped to salvage his image in their minds, because like they thinking, oh, Ghost Grime, he did this, he did that, whatever. But like him saying, oh no, I killed Breeze because it came out that he killed my father, and eventually I found out Kanan was involved, and I didn't want to kill Kanan, so I sent him away. He could have said that, but he never did. So it's like why would he hold that in all these years and never mention it, just for us to see that in Origins? Like, that doesn't really make sense now, does it? And when I refer to Ghost loved ones that question why he killed Breeze instead of Kanan, it's mostly really Tariq, because Tariq did not think very highly of his father at all. So you'd think Ghost telling his son that, even though he didn't really want to reveal too much from his life to Tariq, you would think, by telling him that, it would help Tariq to understand why his father did what he did. So in season 2 of OG Power, when Sean had Ghost at gunpoint in the back room, the only justification that Ghost gave for sending Kanan to prison was that, Ghost had big plans that Kanan couldn't see, and Ghost didn't want to kill him due to the love that he still had for Kanan. So he set him up to go to prison. So first of all, at this point, Ghost had no reason to lie or hold back any further information. In fact, this would have been the time for Ghost to be honest, as he was attempting to dissuade Sean from pulling the trigger by answering his questions. Ghost telling Sean that he only sent Kanan to prison because he killed Curtis would have given Sean enough pause for Ghost to gain the upper hand. And I mean, Sean being who he was, so Sean was kind of green. Sean might have even lowered the gun himself, honestly, after hearing the reasoning and justification behind why Ghost could have possibly done it. Yet Ghost did not bring it up at all. He didn't. And secondly, this is a very big one, so stay with me. Why would Ghost show any mercy to one of the men who was involved with his father's death? Ghost would have just killed him and been done with it, not send him to prison for 10 years just to take advice from them for over the course of a decade, put money on their books, and pretend like he's still family when he gets out. Like, that doesn't make any sense either. And thirdly, this kind of draws back into the second one, but if Kanan was involved, why would Ghost never say anything at all about it throughout the 6 seasons of OG Power? Because again, the only justification that Ghost ever gave was that he wanted the business. He never mentioned his father's death when discussing how he set Kanan up. In fact, he said that Kanan was there for him when his father died, and that he loved Kanan like a brother. So, many fans always assumed that Kanan and Breeze probably helped Ghost get back for his pops. So to me, this really just seems like the much more likely scenario. Kanan told Sean that both Ghost and Tommy kept coming around with stuff that he was not down with. So to me, this always really seemed like they wanted to expand the business, but Kanan was not down. And this sounds like a much more plausible explanation than what Courtney Kemp has previously alluded to. And as for Breeze, in season 6 of the original show, Tariq asked Ghost about Breeze and wanted to know more about his murder. From what Ghost said, he also loved Breeze like he was family. Ghost said that he didn't want to kill Breeze, so he gave him another chance to change his mind about something. And Breeze refused, so Ghost felt like he was forcing his hand, so he killed him. Because he felt like Breeze was in the way of his future. Like, maybe it was a war that Breeze was about to start, or maybe, something involving the business, but regardless, it doesn't really sound like Ghost was talking about his father's murder. It really just sounds like someone who didn't fall in line with Ghost's vision for the future. Because throughout the show, we saw Ghost, he was ruthless in taking out his enemies. Like, he did not care at all when handling Milan, Lobos, Jason, all of them, he did not care. So if Breeze and Kanan really did kill his father and he found out, why would a Ghost, hesitate at all to try to take them out? Even if he didn't succeed, like, why would there be any kind of hesitation or, second chances or anything like that? He didn't offer Lobos or Milan or Jason a second chance, so why would Kanan and Breeze be any different? That doesn't make any sense. And in fact, from what Kanan said, Ghost and Tommy came around quite a few times to, with stuff that he wasn't down with. So it sounds like he really was trying to persuade Kanan to change his mind about whatever they were talking about, and Kanan was not budging. Why would you give your father's murderer the chance to change his mind about anything before you, did something bad to him? Like, that doesn't make any sense either. Like, if they were really responsible for Curtis's death, Ghost would have just wanted them gone. There wouldn't be any kind of negotiating conversations to be had, nothing like that. So in both Kanan's and Breeze's case, Ghost felt as though he was showing them a bit of mercy by sending Kanan to prison and offering Breeze the chance to change his mind before he murdered him. And when speaking about the circumstances of his betrayal to both of them, Ghost always seemed to have, a somewhat uneasy look of regret in his face. It wasn't given the vibes of a man who got revenge for the death of his father. It was really just given the vibes that Ghost was a bit uneasy when talking about how he betrayed 2 people that he saw as family. And yet again, let's play devil's advocate. Because if Kanan was involved with Ghost's father's death and Ghost was trying to get Tariq out from under Kanan's influence, why wouldn't Ghost have just told Tariq that the man who mentored both of them killed his father, Tariq's grandfather? It would have been a good way to make Tariq lose admiration for the man he saw as his best friend. All of this really just adds up to way too many plot contrivances, and this just makes it really hard to believe that Kanan and Breeze were involved in Curtis St. Patrick's death, despite what Courtney Kemp may have said in the past, especially seeing as how she's not even going to be involved in raising Kanan, and it's not looking like she's involved in the origins either. Sasha Penn, the current creator and showrunner of Power Book 3 Raising Kanan, and I do believe he was involved with early OG Power. He'll be the showrunner and the creator of Power Origins, like that's his thing to run. So more than likely he'll be deviating from some of the things that Courtney Kemp established in the original show, as he's already done in Raising Kanan with Kanan's character. So we really can't trust the information from a previous showrunner, especially when it hasn't been made canon in any Power show. It really just does not make sense. So ultimately, the conclusion that I came to, and I believe that you guys will come to after watching this video, is that Breeze and Kanan more than likely were not involved with Curtis St. Patrick's death. Not saying, it could have been their fault. Maybe, maybe, it was just some rival drug dealers. It might have been Kanan, Breeze, and Ghost's fault. It might have been all their fault for all we know. Maybe they were just, they were at war with someone, or they, had a disagreement with some rivals. And in retaliation, they hit the ball for, for extortion money. Curtis wasn't trying to hear that, and they killed him for it. Or maybe that was just the reason they gave. We'll just have to see when Origins comes. But if you enjoy the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. I definitely got more on the way for y'all. But for now, I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace.